Good morning friends, how are we doing? It's Martin here, and I just thought today I would answer a question that I've been asked a few times over the years, admittedly not particularly recently, which is about why I don't really do gear demos or reviews on this channel. Now I have done a few in the past, in the dim and distant past, but not something I've entered into recently. For a number of reasons. Obviously there are lots of great people doing great demos out there, so I don't feel any pressure to do that, and I have a particular niche in terms of the style of music and the type of gear I use and all that, but there's a little bit more to it than that, so I thought I would just talk a little bit about that. First of all, I guess that as part of my minimalist mindset, I try to be intentional about the brands I use. There are brands that I support because of the quality of their products. Now I don't know a great deal about the backstory of a lot of these creators, but certainly I feel very drawn to certain companies in terms of the products they produce and the way they interact with people in the community. So obviously Sir guitars and pedals, Wampler pedals, Strymon, Black Star amps. My Michael Old bass is very special. I use Korg keyboards, Yamaha acoustic guitars, basses and drums, Sabian cymbals, Barefoot buttons, RJM music. All these are companies that I feel very, very close to, so I would be keen to support. But at the same time, all of these companies have people producing content for them that is better maybe than what I could produce. I don't know, but I don't feel that they need reviewing and demos in that kind of way. Now, why might one be drawn to produce gear reviews and demos? It's a quick way to grow a channel potentially. So a lot of people when they're starting out do gear reviews as a way to build an audience quickly, and certainly the reviews that I have done in the past, years ago, have attracted a lot of views. It hasn't particularly helped my subscriber count. Maybe I should have been more consistent on that, but the simple fact of the matter is when I was doing that, I was only reviewing what I had and I couldn't afford very much, so I just reviewed at that kind of level. And for some it is a way to earn money, which again is fine. I am quite okay with that idea. People, either companies paying you to review a product, which I think happens less in the guitar community than it maybe happens in the tech community and all these things, and clothing and all that. But certainly in terms of getting free stuff, and I'm not opposed to the idea of getting free stuff, but at the same time, I don't want more gear. I mean, there are things that I want, don't get me wrong, and things that I will be purchasing, but at the moment my focus is on completing my PA gear. I have a more than complete drum kit. I have a perfectly adequate keyboard setup. I have an excellent bass rig, I have an excellent guitar rig, and I have plenty enough of instruments to go with that, and I have a really good lighting rig, so I don't need more gear in any of those categories. And okay, so sometimes you might want to try something out that's a bit different, but not necessarily what a company would be willing to or wanting to send you anyway. And I guess part of it as well is that I do have, at the back of my mind, I do have a kind of anti-consumerist approach to things. I don't really want to encourage other people to buy stuff. With a certain amount of caveat, I want people, if you're going to buy something, if you need an overdrive pedal, then I would encourage you to look towards the companies that I think are, have value and bring value to the market, and buy something from them, particularly if it's a smaller company. And I'm not saying don't buy a Boss pedal, but at the same time, if you are looking for something a little bit more special, I would rather you send your money to a company like Sir or Wampler or JHS or one of these companies that provides not only quality products but adds real value to the community in terms of the media content they produce and their interaction with end users and all that kind of thing. But I think as well, most of us, and I've talked about this in other episodes, most of us don't need more gear. So producing reviews to encourage other people to buy stuff goes against my personal moral compass. Which isn't to say that I'm not going to be shooting any gear videos. I mean, I have shot, obviously there's my guitar series where I've talked about the guitars I have. I've not been given any of those guitars, except for a couple I received as presents from family members. They've all been ones that I have researched, I have made decisions to purchase. Okay, some of those decisions were bad, and those are the things that have moved on or are in the process of moving on. But you know, it's always been intentional purchasing, even though, say, some of my intentions were a little bit awry from time to time. But I'm going to be producing content at this stage because I need to sell some stuff, and if I can produce a video that encourages someone to make a purchase, then maybe that would benefit me, and it may also benefit other people, add value to the community by helping other people to see what's out there. Because when you're looking for reviews and stuff, pretty much all the time you're going to see reviews of the latest, greatest product. But that, just because it's the latest, greatest product doesn't mean it's the greatest product to suit your need. And the used market is a really good place to find gear, even though there's not much of one in Hong Kong. So I hope that kind of helps to explain my approach to why maybe I'm not doing the kind of commercial gear demos, and I haven't done for several years, because it is something that maybe people have been curious about. I just hope that answers your questions. Now at this stage I just want to offer a shout out, as I've done a couple of times to different things. I want to offer a shout out this time to Deeply Curious, which is a podcast and a YouTube channel by Cody and Sarah Jensen, who are a young couple in New York, and it's just a conversational podcast where they talk about things that matter to them, and it's really something that's hit home to me. I get real value from it, so I'm kind of sharing that value with you guys. It's not about music, but it is about creative endeavours and approaches to that. It is coming from a Christian perspective, which is very valuable to me. It's coming from a minimalist perspective, or at least certainly an anti-consumerist perspective. Their latest podcast, as I'm filming this, which was called Consumerism in Art, is very interesting and heartwarming listen. So I just wanted to offer a shout out to them. I'll put a link in the notes underneath to their YouTube channel and podcast if I can figure out how to do that. That's it for today. Please like, comment, subscribe, click the notification icon if that's your thing. Don't be a hater and click the dislike. The world is a better place without that. Take care guys, and I'll speak to you soon.